Hello again. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a tour around a few sites that I think are really powerful when you're working with students in your classroom on ways that they can connect. The last screencast sort of covered ways that students can sort of jump into the world of digital media creation and just really offered a few suggestions on a really easy early adoption way in, free, available streaming online, and just super powerful tools for kids to start making things that really showcase who they are and how they want to represent their voice. So the next step up past Create is a way of having students to connect. So I'm going to take you on a tour of online platforms and programs specifically designed for collaboration. And there's a variety of ones I'd like to share, from online communities to digital tools for information exchange and digital spaces for virtual collaboration. As in the Create section, there's literally millions of options you can use, and it's so abundant it's almost hard to even know where to start. So I thought I would at least share a few that I use on a regular basis with my kids, the ones that I found to be really powerful. So we had spoken a little bit about VoiceThread in terms of finding a way for kids to create media content in the previous screencast. But I just wanted to share with you some options really quick on how you can take VoiceThread a step deeper and actually really collaborate and invite participation from, may it be a class, may it be experts in the world. So maybe I'll just share with you this one. This is just a snippet. This is just page 1, so the comments go on from page 2. But this is a photojournalist who's created a voice thread on after Chernobyl had done a little bit of a work around this area. But what I find fascinating about VoiceThread that you can add on, once you have published this information and you've made it shareable, you allow people to comment. So here on the other side, these little icons are actually all people who have commented, so people who have ways to share, whether it's them speaking or whether it's them tagging it with a message. But it becomes this really powerful collaborative space, and it allows kids to collaborate orally and visually and share their voices in a number of ways. So I'm just gonna show you what this might look like just in this voice thread.
Hello, my name is Michael Forster Rothbard. I'm a photojournalist, and for the past 2 years, I've been photographing people who live near the Chernobyl accident site. I want to understand why so many people are still living and working around Chernobyl, now a generation after the accident. The first thing you should know about this website.
I'm just going to stop there because he goes on and sort of explains his point of view a little bit more. But what's happened is he's gotten comments from people from really all across the world who have some suggestions and are really helping him deepen his thoughts.
Hello, my dad told me all about the Chernobyl accident, and that's why I came to see this video. I'm quite interested with it, and thanks.
So that's a comment made by a student within the country. There's also somebody might just tag in with a message, just a written message that allows a lot of options for ways and entrance points for all sorts of people, and it really sort of deepens the stay. So I see a lot of implications within a class or looking outside the class. So VoiceThread is just a really easy one that allows people to log in and connect online in a powerful way. So the other one, I'm going to actually save the Google for the end because it's so big and it's actually my favorite that I'll probably spend a little more time there. Another simple one, super simple one that we use is Today's Meet, which really just gives you a way to empower and enable discussions, live time, wherever, totally free. Literally, you just you set up a room, so test room for Today's Meet, and whatever it is, you decide how long you can keep it open. So it could be an ongoing room for an entire year, or you might just need it for a day. So then if you open your room, oh, rooms cannot contain spaces. You learn as you go, okay? So let's just give it something random. I'm Brooke, so let's go Brooke test. This is what the room looks like. You just choose a name, and I am student A. And you can do this across the world and you can answer. So now I just type my message and say, hey, I'm hoping I would say a little thing. There's a little more deep than that, but what they do allow is for moderation between students and teachers and students, and all you need to do is then copy this and send it to whoever you would like to engage with the room. It also does some great things like It gives you permanent transcripts. It allows you to embed those. You can pause the rooms, and just allows you a whole lot of options. And it's a great way to start a back channel. So it creates a document and allows kids an entrance point who might not always share in a face-to-face circumstance because of shyness or whatever, or confidence. But it can really let you sort of know what your kids are thinking as a back channel task, kind of like you would see Twitter at professional development conferences. This is like a Twitter back channel, but moderated and private, especially when you have young learners for your classroom. The other one I just want to show you is Skype, and I know people are quick to sort of dismiss Skype as seen it, done it, but it's got a lot of powerful opportunities. So what I like about Skype is the variety of ways you can use it. You can collaborate with other classes, no matter where they are. You can find a guest speaker and Zoom them right in. So somebody who's a legitimate professional in their field and has so much to offer. And there's so many places that offer you a virtual field trip anywhere in the world. And they're all free. So the limitations, there really aren't. It's just a matter of finding people and connecting with it purposely. I'm just going to show you just a short clip of this intro from Skype. I won't show you the whole thing because I feel like you can probably go back and check it out yourself. So Skype is just this phenomenal tool that can bring you places that you want to go or bring people to you. And if you're looking for connections in terms of partnerships, there's so many teachers and classrooms engaged who would look for partnerships that would really enhance the work we're doing, that really the sky's the limit. The one I wanted to spend the most time on here was just looking at Google for Education. Google's really starting to corner the market, and so much of it is entirely free. It's so user-friendly, and they're cross-platform linkages. They've just made it really, really intuitive. So the Google products for education have really transformed how I use it and how a lot of other educators do. So they again sort of identify three things, but I'm going to sort of focus in these two spots. The productivity tools, just in terms of simple collaboration tools, are amazing. They not only do they simplify and save your time like they suggest here, but they allow so many opportunities for collaboration and ways to share. And Google Apps, I'm just starting to crack the surface of Google Apps, and again, this vast collection of free things that can really enhance your class. So I'm just going to take you, maybe I'll start and I can just show you some of the ones. My first one is Google Drive. I think that Google Drive is a really awesome product for students and teachers. It's just a digital way to store your data, so it's always there. So you can forgive mine because clearly I need to do some organization, but maybe I'll show you this. So this is my Digital Media Arts 2014 drive, and everything that I have in here is in this drive. But what I like is that I can give this to anyone. So I would also post this to my class website. I could email to students and parents, so students have constant access to what I'm doing. They can actually work on it together. So if there's parts where I'm asking for their input, I can sort of import collaborators, I can make them editors, or I could just share to view. So Google Drive, exceptionally simple. It allows you to create a lot of things. So folders is just to document, but really simple. It's a Word alternative, so because I switch back and forth between a Mac and a device, I never know if what I'm using has Word, but I do know that I can always use Google Docs, and I can share. I can download into whatever I want after, so that may be a Word document or a PDF. I can not make it private. I can invite anybody I would like to. So let's say test doc. Now I can either send this to the colleagues that I want to work on it with or have the students work on it with me, or I can invite them via their Gmail. But it's given me, it's just something as simple as I work on a document together and then I can edit it for somebody else, or I can leave comments about it on the side. So it really makes it a living document that you can share. In terms of presentations, it also gives me an option of sort of an online PowerPoint. And I can, again, sort of, I can choose to then export this as a PowerPoint or as download as a PDF, which is just images, or a PowerPoint or plain text. But again, I can do this at the same time. So I've had students from different sites working on the same project at the same time, and they've been commenting at the same time, making changes at the same time, and working at it simultaneously or not simultaneously. They would be sharing when it works for them. Just a super simple way to do that. You can publish to the web. I can email and attachments. So it really sort of negates the need for me for formal word processing programs, because I can really do it all on Google Drive and share it so effortlessly. Spreadsheets as well, or forms or drawings. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but I can create so much, share it with anybody, download it to whatever I need it to, and it's just instantly accessible no matter where I am. Another thing that I enjoy doing with my kids, and if I have kids who are at home or if I have kids working with students on other sites, is we use Google Hangouts, which is quite simply a lot like Skype. I can have some group conversations. We can talk. We've often done some talking while we're working on a Google Doc at the same time. So it's really just a nice way to add Skype and to do it all in one place. So I've seen a student working on a Word document with a student from another community while they're physically talking and sharing with each other at the same time and making changes in live time. Just absolutely instantaneous and powerful collaboration opportunities. Google Plus is another one where I think you've got some powerful abilities to have communities for students. So it's quite social media-esque looking, but in Google Plus, you've obviously got, it's kind of like your bar for everything. So maybe I could show you what Hangout looks like from here. Video Hangouts I can just have instantly. So I've had some of these with some of my teaching colleagues when I've been working with them on a project. I also have the option of going to communities, and there's so many communities students can join, but I've also created communities before that I've worked with my class. So I find it really changes the role of something like a blogging or a Moodle website, which is very teacher heavy and teacher focused, to where stuff that is done in the communities on Google communities are so open, and learners are as powerful as the moderator. So I'll just give you a snippet of one from last year. This is just a quick snip of our Social Justice 12. We combined classes from every high school across the district. So the students actually are quite quick to, this is a stunning version one of my students did, this great Photoshop layer, and it was the anti-ads. So he had the power to create really powerful media to share his message, and then he had a platform to, and comments from their peers sometimes mean a lot more than comments from their teachers. So Google Communities gives you a lot of options in terms of, it's sort of the new, to me it's a really powerful Web 2.0 space for digital communities. It's a really authentic. Sometimes I struggle with highly moderated teacher central blogs and websites, but this makes all of the learners equal participants. So that's just a really quick overview. You can spend a ton of time looking here. Oh, I wanted to show you Google Apps too, so I lied. I'm not quite done, because Google Apps are pretty amazing. And I could spend days just showing you what they are, but we want Google Apps for education. So many. So in terms of collaboration things, in terms of high engagement, there's classrooms. You can legitimately do like a classroom and have it set up so it creates and it shares, it grades your assignment. It's made sort of, it's a streamlined way